Alright, you're welcome again. Today, we want to talk about limits. And let's take a look at this question. Prove that the limit as a approaches 0, sin x plus a minus sin x all over a is equal to cos x. Hello, we are asked to prove that this limit as a approaches 0, sin x plus a minus sin x all over a is equal to cos x. Alright, good, let's go. We are going to borrow some terms in trigonometry. Alright, and then let's look at this limit that we have. We say sin x plus a minus sin x. What can we say about this? Now let's see one trigonometric function or formula that says sin a minus sin b. What will it give us? Now you will remember it's going to give us 2 cos a plus b all over 2 sin a minus b all over 2. Is that true? Yes, it's true. Whenever we have something like sin a minus sin b, we say that it's going to give us 2 cos a plus b all over 2 sin a minus b. Now when we look at what we have here, we can call our x plus a, we can call it a, and then x to be b. You get it? We have sin a minus sin b, and then in this place we have sin x plus a. So this x plus a will be equal to a, and then x will be equal to b. Now here we have sin x plus a minus sin x. So it's the same thing as saying 2 cos x plus a in bracket plus x all over 2 sin x plus a in bracket minus x all over 2. Then we have all over a. So that means we have limit as a approaches 0. Alright, good. Let's work on inside the bracket. Inside the bracket we have x plus a plus x. So when we open this bracket, we are going to have x plus x, which is equal to 2x. So we have 2x plus a all over 2, and then we see that it is under cos. So we have cos 2x plus a all over 2. And then when we look at sine, and then the bracket, we have x plus a minus x. So when we remove the bracket, that means we have x minus x, which is equal to 0. Then we'll be left with a all over 2. That means we have sine a all over 2. So in the numerator now we have limit as a approaches 0, 2 cos 2x plus a all over 2 sin a all over 2 all over a. Alright, good. From this place, please pay attention. When we say 1 all over 2 divided by 1 all over 2, what is going to give us? It's going to give us 1. And 1 multiplied by anything, it remains the same, right? Good. In this place here, we have this limit. We are going to multiply this limit by 1 all over 2 divided by 1 all over 2. And then you remember that 1 all over 2 divided by 1 all over 2 is what? 1. And then 1 multiplied by anything, it remains the same, right? Because 1 is a multiplicative identity. Right? Good. Now let's go. That means we have limit as a approaches 0, 2 cos 2x plus a all over 2 sin a all over 2 all over a multiplied by 1 all over 2 divided by 1 all over 2. You get it, right? That means our numerator multiplied by 1 all over 2, and then our denominator multiplied by 1 all over 2. So in our numerator we see 2. You get it, right? Cos 2x plus a all over 2. So this 2 multiplied by 1 all over 2 is going to give us 2 all over 2. So 2 all over 2 is equal to 1. 1 multiplied by cos 2x plus a all over 2 times sine a all over 2 is the same. You get it? Good. And then in our denominator, we have a multiplied by 1 all over 2 is going to give us a all over 2. So after multiplying by 1 all over 2 divided by 1 all over 2, we have limit as a approaches 0 cos 2x plus a all over 2 sine a all over 2 all over e all over 2. You get it? Good. Now let's split this into 2. It's still the same thing as saying limit as a approaches 0 cos 2x plus a all over 2 times sine a all over 2 all over a all over 2. When you combine this together, it will still give you the same thing as we have above. Okay? Good. Now, as we split this into 2, let's distribute the limit. That means we are going to have limit as a approaches 0 cos 2x plus a all over 2 times limit as a approaches 0 sine a all over 2 all over a all over 2. Hello? You get it right? Good. Now let's work on the second term. The second term says limit as a approaches 0 sine a all over 2 all over a all over 2. Let's work on this. So anywhere we see a all over 2, permit me, let's replace it with a letter t. And then as we are replacing it with a letter t, our limit is no longer a approaches 0. It's going to be t approaches 0 because there is no longer a. You get it? Good. That means we are going to have limit as t approaches 0. In place, we have sine a all over 2. In place of a all over 2, we replace it with t. All over, we have a all over 2, right? We replace it with t. That means we have limit as t approaches 0, sine t all over t. All right? Good. Now, recall that anytime or anywhere we have limit as x approaches 0, sine x all over x is equal to 1. Is that true? Yes. And then we also see that anywhere we have limit as x approaches 0, sine px all over x is equal to p. And then here we have limit as t approaches 0, sine t all over t. What is going to give us? It's going to give us 1. You get it right? So that means we have evaluated the second term here, which says limit as a approaches 0, sine a all over 2 all over a all over 2, and it gives us 1. Now let's look at this first term. Limit as a approaches 0 cos 2x plus a all over 2. Now let's place in as a approaches 0. That means anywhere we see a, we replace it with 0. Okay? Now in this place we have 2x plus a. Now let's replace it with 0. That means we have 2x plus 0, which is equal to 2x. Now 2x divided by 2. So 2 we cancel 2 here. We're going to be left with x. So that means here lim as a approaches 0, cos 2x plus a all over 2 is equal to cos x. You get it? So the first time gives us cos x, and then the second time gives us 1. So here we have cos x times 1, which is equal to cos x. So therefore we see that limit as a approaches 0, sine x plus a minus sine x all over a is equal to cos x, which is what we are asked to prove. All right? Yes. Thank you very much for watching. Please, let's take more example for easy understanding. All right, please don't go. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button, like and share our videos. Stay blessed.